So welcome back to Novice Lumberjack, and this wraps up the racing action for the private get-together at Grant and Eric's place. And so this was the 6 cube class, which is 100 cc's. If you don't know, you got 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube, 6 cube, and basically they're 50 cc, 65 cc, 81 cc, and 100 cc's. Why is it like this and not a cc range? It's because chainsaw racing, I believe, started in America. And back in the day, they like to go by cubic inches. And we're one of the few people in the few countries in the world, maybe the only country in the world that still uses inches and feet and crap like that. Get with it. Just call them cc's. Anyways, but it is what it is. And the last video, I was talking about the lack of Stihl machines in competitions. Well, in this one, there were 7 Stihl clone saws. And out of 12, there was 7 that was in some way associated with Stihl. And the top 3 still went to non-Stihl brands. Number 1 was Ethan Trainer with his 5 cube racer, right? Remember, this is a 6 cube class. His 5 cube racer, which is a Dolmar 7900, possibly a 7901, whatever. They're all the same thing, kind of. But he got first place. Congratulations, Ethan. Second place goes to Grant and his 395 XP that I believe Grant ported. And I believe Kenny was running a 394 XP. Not 100% sure on that. But I believe that's Grant's saw, and Grant ported that as well. Wait a minute, but Kenny didn't get third place. I don't know, that just popped in my head. No, third place goes to Eric with his 395 XP clone saw. And Eric even had a flub up. All right, he had a pretty nasty flub up that cost him time. And he was also running, this is a big deal. He was also running a Stihl 33 RS chain. Good chain, nothing wrong with that. It's a very good chain. However, if you're wanting an out-of-the-box chain, the faster one is the Husqvarna C83. And so Eric's saw, Eric, buddy, your saw is with the quickness. So, but he got third place because of that flub up. If he hadn't had that flub up, you know, well, hey, I'll edit it. At this point, I don't know. So let me just stop this right now and edit that and see if he hadn't had a flub up, where he would have placed. All right, isn't that neat how I can do that? I think it's awesome, actually. It's just really great. Because mistakes, man, we all make them. And if you didn't, you know, you're always like, man, if I hadn't made that mistake, whoa. I've done that a million times. But like in this case right here, Eric's time was 7:54, which was good enough to get him in third place. And Grant's time was 7:38, and Ethan's time was 7:12. Well, if you hadn't have screwed the pooch, you would have had a 680, right? Which you would have beat everybody, you know? And that's with I'm certain he said it was an out-of-the-box Stihl RS chain. And which is, like, again, it's a fine chain. However, it's not as fast as the chains that other people was likely going to be running. I'm pretty sure that, you know, Grant and Ethan were probably running the C83 chains. Anyways, and this brings me to, okay, so in this class, we already talked about there were 7 Stihl-based chainsaws, of which none of them managed to break into the top 3. And this is it. Right? So why were there so many Stihl chainsaws in this class? Is it because whenever it comes to the larger chainsaws, Stihl is better, has a bigger presence there? I mean, it does. Stihl does have a bigger presence in the larger chainsaws for sure. But no, I mean, I know exactly why there's so many Stihls in this class, is because people, at SawFest, all these guys go to SawFest, right? And all of them had saws already built for their very specific Clone Wars 660 class. And so they just use those saws in this racing class right here. And so they already had it. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. That's why they're running them. Not because they're inherently better than anything else. It's because they already had them and there was a class made for those saws. So, interestingly enough, the reason Eric built that 395 XP clone saw is because this year, 2025, is the first year that SawFest is going to have Clone Wars where you can choose either the 660 or the Husqvarna clone 395 XP. Yeah, and I've already made the prediction. I think that the entire top 5 is going to go to the Husqvarna 395. And because, I mean, the one that I have that built by Richard Flagg, it's phenomenally powerful. It's like, what the F is even happening? And whenever I ran it, I was pulling on it so hard that, I'm like, I definitely need to go up on my sprocket size to get some more chain speed and stuff. But yeah, it's quite phenomenal. I can't believe how good the 395 XP is whenever you port it. And, I guess there's something to be said about like somebody having a winning formula that they know is really good and stuff. But I think that those saws are just inherently the best big saw that you can get. I mean, there's other stuff out there that I really like and everything. And I got to put it out there, I don't have nearly enough experience with the Stihl 661. I know that they can run well also, but I think it's one of those things that, you get good performance out of the 660 or the 661, but for everything that you do to that to get good performance, if you did the same thing to the 395, it's going to be better. So anyways, but that's opinions. It's not based in fact, I guess. Anyways, congratulations to Ethan, Grant, and Eric. I will add this too. Eric was trying to beat his 660 clone whenever he built that 395 XP. Well, he totally did, because I ran his 660 clone and I ended up getting 5th place, right? And I didn't have a mistake. And I was running a C83 chain on that thing, a brand new one out of the box. So yeah, you didn't just beat your 660, Eric. You demolished it. You beat it by almost 2 full. No, you beat it by a full second, and that's with a slower chain. So, anyways, if you got all that rambling good, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, catch you on the next one. I don't know what the next one's going to be, but it'll be something.